What's going on? Welcome back, fam. This is Chris with Food for Your Thoughts. I know you're having a wonderful day. Learn as much as you can about yourself, leaving no stone unturned, right? That's what it's all about. So we're back with another Divine Alignment Light Code message for you. And today, guys, it's all about adding more things to your toolbox so you can be more versatile, right? You know, and leaving no stone unturned in your life. We all been lied to. It's all good. It's all gravy, baby. But hey, we got to unlearn these lies and relearn our own personal truth. And also, we're going to teach this to our, future generation as well, okay? So today, guys, is all about expanding your relationship with your guardian angel or angle of light within you, your real self. So if you're new to the channel, hey, be sure to click that like and subscribe button down below. Be sure to click that like and subscribe button down below. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. And if you really appreciate the content, I don't get paid from YouTube. I'm basically doing this for free. Okay, so if you really appreciate the content, Cash App is down below. Click that thumbs up button and drop a thank you from time to time. It's okay. All right, we all been there, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just here to meet you halfway. All right, so today, guys, is all about unity consciousness, still, piecing everything together, right? Okay, each and every one of us, we have our own unique purpose and mission that we have to fulfill. Nobody can do it but us. All right, we can, people can help us, get these clues, so we can test things out for ourselves, but we really have to put in the work our own selves. Okay, guys? So with that being said, this is messages from the universe or source within you, because you know what? You are your own universe. So it's time for each and every one of us to take full responsibility and accountability for all of our actions. We can no longer blame God or the devil, for all the things that happen in our life. Either we taking action or we not taking action, or we taking the wrong action and it's giving us the wrong results. Okay, so it's all about cause and effect. So today, guys, at your true essence, remember, if you're doing this presentation right now, obviously you receive your call to adventure or you wouldn't be here. Okay, we're all interconnected some kind of way, some shape or form, right? And the universe will line up the right people, places, and events to support your growth. So you line up people like me and many others sharing their ups and downs, the things that work, the things that doesn't work. All right, but it's always up to you to test things out. All right, and also they're gonna share their tools and the things that help them to level up. And I will always refer to these 7 Hermetic principles, right? And we'll talk about that in just a second. But it's gonna help you skip some levels. I told you that before, right? If you need help with that, Ralph Smart on YouTube, he'll help you. All right, but it's for you to test these things out, and it's all about the lesson, because each and every one of us, we got to grow on our own personal transformation and atonement process. So each and every day, we should be learning something new about ourselves, our purpose, our mission, and what can we do today? What seeds can we plant today that's going to manifest later down the road. But we're going to continue to plant these seeds each and every day. I hope this makes sense. Okay, I want to make it as clear as possible. So again, click that like, subscribe button down below. I greatly appreciate you. So it's all about building that relationship with yourself. They basically flipped everything around. That's why it was so easy for you, for people to believe in all these religious belief systems instead of believing in themselves, because the true kingdom is within you, right? So now when you know better, you're going to do better, right, guys? So as always, let's go ahead and lead in. I'm going to give you my own personal takeaways. My key points, my takeaways, I'm gonna get you guys out here. It's all about lining these things up together. All right, so our purpose and mission require learn a whole bunch of life lessons to gain that experience and knowledge for our soul growth. So if you've been doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results, and it's not working, it's by design. You got to do new things to get new results in your life. Okay, so it's called reading those books that you should be reading, or at least watching a lecture, testing out new things, new concepts, tapping into your creativity, right? Seeing what works, see what doesn't work. Most importantly, stop blindly believing people, even me, okay? But I'm nice enough to leave you references. So everything we talking about today, guys, is coming from Your Guardian Angel and You by Denny Sargent. Your Guardian Angel and You by Denny Sargent. Chapter 5, Okay, but most importantly, stop blindly believing people. It's time for each and every person to do their own research and trust your own inner voice, your own energy, your intuition. All right, we know everything matters, so it's time to snap in our own biorhythm and flow in life, because you your own universe. So you got to know what your cycle, your season, your vibration is, so you can be in alignment with yourself, because the universe is going to mirror your intent. Okay, there's no cookie cutter recipe, but I can get you in the right direction. Okay, so we already talked about money, so you better be paying yourself first instead of paying them bills first, so you can have something left over for a rainy day. Focus on high quality thoughts. Most importantly, have fun. And it's all about being the example. All right, it's not about talking. It's all about, being that example for others. And when they see your results, they're gonna trust me. They're gonna come running to you like, hey man, I need some help. I got you covered. And that's what I'm here for. Okay, so the universe will line people up just like me, because they, the universe know you need a little help. I need a little help too from time to time. All right, so I have mentors and too. I talked about that in a previous presentation, okay, with the other light beings out there. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. At your core essence, again, you are a divine light being. This is your true self, and this is my current sky view. I posted a video. If you slow that thing down, you can see our star family going back and forth from the sun, through the sun, right? But this is my sky view, okay? And the way the universe works, the universe will always let you know what level you on, okay? You see the similarities here? All right, so when you tap into your God self, God consciousness, you know what I'm saying, the universe, even no matter if you're not in God consciousness, you'll be able to self-diagnose yourself, see where your vibration is at. If you're operating from your root chakra, right? Are you operating from your heart chakra? Are you operating from your crown chakra? It's real simple. All right, people complicate, this ancient, all our ancient information to, I guess to sell product, but this information is meant to be simple as possible, so each and every soul spirit down here can ascend to the next level on their hero's journey. That's what it's all about. All right, so as I continue on, guys, let's talk about these principles of truth. There are 7, right? He or she who knows thee understandably possess the magic key, before whose touch all doors of the temple of your mind fly open. Because when you know this key, and we've been talking about the circle and the cross and just tying everything together, how everything is interconnected, you realize like, hey, you can, just by using the circle and the cross and the tree of life, you'll be able to figure a lot of things out about your body, things going on in your life, cause and effect, some things that you got to eliminate, process of elimination. That way you can realize like, hey, this has been causing my problem all along. Hey, that's what it's all about. So the principle of truth are 7 hermetic principle, mentalism. Everything starts in the mind first before it manifests in the physical. Everything starts in the spiritual realm first before it manifests in the physical. Okay, correspondence, as above, so below, right? Vibration. We live in the realm of nothing more than energy, frequency, and vibration. Been talking about polarity, good side, not so good side, but there's always that one force, right? There's, with rhythm, there are cycles and seasons for everything. The same day you plant the seed isn't the same day you're going to eat the fruit, in other words. So just be patient with yourself. Some things you get instant feedback, some things it takes a while, okay? But use that 30, 60, 90 day rule, and then, just refine and repeat the process. You'll figure out your own sweet spot, okay? And remember, everything's all about cause and effect. Are you lifting people up? Are you tearing them down? It's just that simple. And everything has gender. There's a divine masculine, principle within anything out here, but it's always that one force. I hope that makes sense. So these are your core values to keep you in your heart vibration. This is not religion. This is just basic science. All right. So these 7 principles, Ma'at, is an ancient system of morals and values, right, that guide your thoughts and your behavior. Okay. So, Egypt is your body. Okay. If you don't know that by now. Okay. So with that being said, it's all about truth based on the fact with honesty and integrity. 2, justice, a state of fairness and lawful judgment. 3, righteousness, a state of consistent good conduct. 4, reciprocity, what goes around comes around. 5, balance and equal distribution of weight. 6, order, the correct sequence of thought and action. 7, harmony, the one accord, a pleasing arrangement. And lastly, the world is equally divided between good and evil. Your next action is going to tilt the scale in either direction. It's always up to you. So again, guys, at the core, we live in this realm of nothing more than energy, frequency, and vibration, but on a base level, we're basically blind out here. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole, color scale, within this electromagnetic, frequency scale here, that we can't see. And even just to see a butterfly, you see how, where it's vibrating at, and then you get a little bit closer, there are things that are vibrating around us that we cannot even see, okay? But we have to slow things down. We may catch a glimpse from time to time. So if you look back at that video that I posted about, the sky view, if you slow that thing down, you'll be able to see some things in there, okay? All right, I hope that makes sense. All right, so with that being said, we are basically blind in this universe. So that's why it's very important to go inward, to trust your inner voice, your own energy, and your own third eye, your spiritual eye, okay? So let's talk about this Kundalini energy chart, right? And your chakra, and we're going to move on over and get you guys out of here, okay? So with that being said here, we got, figure 13. That's the finished product. That number 13, which is a lucky number. They told you it wasn't, but it's a very lucky number. That means it's the finished product. You ready to present something. You're done. All right. 12 is completion, but 13 is the finished product. Remember that. So you got the main issues, you got the plexus gland, then you got the related functions. So let's start from bottom, and we're going to work our way up. So you got the root chakra. This is why fear is so important in this realm here, okay? So it's all about survival, physical, the physical needs, the tribal associations, gang affiliations and stuff like that. This is my turf. This is your turf. No, this is all of our turfs, man. Nobody owns the land. We just borrowing this thing just for a period of time, you know what I'm saying? But this region is dealing with your lumbar, your coccygeal plexus, and your adrenal. So you within this adrenal area, okay, this root chakra is dealing with that fight, flight, right? That root chakra energy response, dealing with your bone, skeletal, and structure. Next, we have the sacral plexus. Chakra, right? Dealing with emotional balance, your sexuality, and your procreation. All right, this has been dealing with the lumbar plexus, sex organs, and adrenals also. It's also dealing with your sexual function, elimination, and then you got water regulation as well. So if you retain a lot of water, you can kind of tie things together. Okay, it's all about getting yourself into balance. We talked about this in Zodiac Health with those cell salts. Okay, so let's move forward. Next, we have the solar plexus, right? This is where your personal will, your personal power, your self-will, starts right here. You build that energy up like, I think I can, right? And you do it, right? It's always been you. So, but it's your solar plexus and your pancreas, right? Deals with digestion, assimilation, and muscles. Next, we have that heart chakra. We've been talking about this from the very beginning, fam. It's all about what? Giving and receiving, not receiving and giving. So it's time to flip that switch and put it back the way it need to be, because it's all about that love vibration. And when it comes to love, there's a good side and not so good side. And when it comes to love as well, it's all about speaking up when people are doing wrong, okay? So from that point of view, it may seem bad, but you are speaking the truth, because sometimes the truth can be a little painful, all right? But it's all about raising our own energy, frequency, and vibration, and helping people grow to the next level on their hero's journey, all right? So with that being said, with this heart chakra, dealing with what? Cardiac plexus, your heart, and your thymus. Also, it's connected with the electromagnetic field generator, right? That's why the heart is so powerful. So what's your vibration? Blood pressure and your immune system. Next, we have the throat chakra. Deals with what? Communication. All right, we're going higher on the scale here. Deal with your what? Pharyngeal plexus and your thyroid and your parathyroid plexus. And this also is related to these functions of the metabolism. You hear about this a lot. Oh, my metabolism is low, right? No, you need to work on certain chakras, right? And cut out some of the stuff you've been putting in your mouth. Your input equals your output. Remember that, okay? Also deal with calcium regulation as well. All right, have you been getting enough sun lately? All right, SUN, right? Next, we have the what? Pineal chakra, dealing with what? We've been talking about your own inner voice, your own energy. A lot of people been disconnected. They get like a weak signal here and there, but it's not a strong signal. But it's all about your intuition, wisdom, your creative function, and your intelligence. Okay, you guys are geniuses. It's just tying that thing, and building that relationship with yourself again. Okay, so this is your carotid plexus and your pineal gland, pituitary gland as well, and it's also related functions dealing with what? The hormonal and your physiological regulation. And last, we have the crown chakra, dealing with what? Spirituality, relationship to what? The God within, and the Tao, right? That great spirit, that universal source within you. All right, because you are your own universe. All right, so they externalize the power. That's why it was so easy to fall for the external God versus, having that self-love of that internal G, right? The internal spirit, the source, right? But this plexus deal with what? The carotid plexus, the pineal gland, and also related function deal with what? The circadian rhythms. All right. So let's move on in here. This is the chart of your divine self. I repeat, this is the chart of your divine self. There are 3 figures represented in the chart, as we see. All right. So, which we will, refer to as the upper figure that we see here, the middle figure, and the lower figure. So the upper figure is the I am present, the I am that I am that you hear about, the God individualized in every son and daughter of the flame. All right, so we're all interconnected. Okay, so the divine monad consists of the I am present, surrounded by the spheres of these rings of color of light that you see. All right, we see that, right? See the similarities here. So it's all about tapping into your own inner voice, your own energy, which comprise the causal body. So this is the body of the first cause that contains within it's man's treasure laid up in heaven. All right. So with that being said, the middle figure here is the chart, is the mediator between God and man, called the Christ self. That's why it was so easy to fall for the other Christ instead of the Christ within. This is the real self, the Christ consciousness that we've been talking about. And then the lower figure here is the non-permanent aspect of the being, which is the made of permanent, that is non-permanent through the ritual of ascension. Okay, so the ascension of this process, whereby the lower figure, having balanced his karma and fulfilled his divine plan, merges first with the Christ consciousness and then with the living presence of the I am that I am. Okay, so it's all about getting yourself back into alignment with yourself so you can get a stronger signal to the I am that I am. I hope that makes sense, right? Next, the threefold flame within the heart is all about the heart chakra, sparks the life, protective of the I am present through the Christ self, and anchoring to the etheric plane into the heart chakras for the purpose of the soul evolution in matter, also called the Christ flame. All right, so this threefold flame is the spark of man's divinity, his potential for godhood. So again, guys, we are all interconnected. We're not separate from the universe. They taught that we were, but it's all about building a better relationship with our own inner voice and our own energy, so we can raise our own kundalini energy, so we can get a stronger signal. I hope that makes sense. All right. So as we get ready to close things out, my takeaways here. Our inner guidance comes to us through our feelings and our body wisdom first. Remember that, not through an intellectual understanding. So the intellect works best in service to our intuition. So our inner guidance, soul, God, or higher power, whichever term that we choose, for the spiritual entity that animates life. So again, guys, it's all about tapping into that heart chakra, raising your kundalini energy, right? Are you here to lift people up? Are you here to tear people down? It's all about leaving no stone unturned and researching. So the heart is the most powerful source of electromagnetic energy in the human body, producing the largest rhythmic electromagnetic field of any of the body's organs. So the heart electrical field is about 60 times greater in amplitude than the electrical activity generated by the brain. Okay, that's why the heart is so important, and that's why when you see a lot of these images of these different Christ figures, Buddha, Christ, all these different entities, they always emphasize on the heart chakra. So when you see these pictures now, why, like, oh man, they just telling me the truth. It's all hidden in plain sight. They telling me that to live from my heart, lift people up, not tear them down, what I'm saying, and always research, what I'm saying, question everything. All right, as we get ready to close things out, okay, meditation is like a gym in which you develop the powerful mental muscle of calm and insight. So your mind is your instrument, so it's time for you to co-create your day reflection. Learn to be its master and not its slave. So material items may come and go, but the knowledge of self is more important and longer lasting. So if you don't learn anything else from all of my presentations, 'cause I've been putting a lot of energy into these things because these are my personal experience. That's why it's so fluid for me, okay? But learn these 7 hermetic principles. I promise it's going to take you far to Kabalion. Balance your polarity, you know. There's a good side, not so good side to everything, a divine masculine and feminine principle, but it's always going to be that one force. There's always a neutral ground, okay? So along your hero's journey, be sure to look out for Dr. Phil Valentine on YouTube. One that, you know, the master teachers, you know, he'll give you a different perspective, not about believing everything. All right, it's all, you know, the universe speak through people just to deliver you a message. Okay, so they have a certain relationship with their own inner voice and their own energy, but they just sharing their own point of view. I hope that makes sense. So it's not about believing, but if it resonate with you, it resonate with you. But the universe gonna, you know, tap you on the shoulder like, hey, go check this guy out. You'll know. Okay, so with that being said, once you establish communication with your guardian angel, your highest self, your own inner voice, your own energy, right, and are working to nurture your awareness of it daily, right, that relationship, like any other, must be built upon. So when you perceive that your angel is, you know, what your angel is saying, and get it clear and regular guidance from it, you can expand the scope of your life and your interactions with the world. So basically all you doing, you using, you know, your energies, right, your energy, your divine energies, to interface with the world so you can make better decisions, right? So with that being said, it's like it's pretty much like finding a particular radio frequency. So your angel or higher self is always broadcasting you 24/7, all day, every day. And they be like, about time you picked up the phone or turned to the station, right? Even if the signal is only picked up occasionally and often with great interference called distraction, right? You know, jobs, family, friends, you know, and all these other things, right? So I'm here, the universe, Big Mama sent me, you know, to tell you, like, it's time for you to turn into your angel signal, okay? So turn up the volume so it can respond directly to you in positive ways. So as you gain confidence in your ability to receive regular messages, it's time for you to establish a better two-way system that works best for you, not for me. So I'm sharing a lot of the techniques that works best for me and what other people been writing about, and then putting them into like a nice little package. So instead of you operating on blind faith, you become a knower like Noah, right? So with that being said, here are my takeaways. You know, number one here, there are 3 basic strategies that you can use to fine tune this communication. Number one, you know, strengthen the already, you know, established bond that you have with your, you know, with your spirit guide, your guardian angel, your spiritual team, your God within. All right. So the best way to do that, in my experience, you know, schedule yourself, block off, you know, at least 15 minutes a day, so you can, you know, have time for that concentrated focus, even if you don't know what you're doing. You know, another way of tapping into that zone, that's, you know, Zenu, right? That Zen in you, right? So it's all about when you learn something new, it blocks off any other distraction. So by you know, viewing these or listening to these presentations or any other, you know, person, and they expounding your knowledge base about your anatomy, right? Or about astrology, your natal chart, or about just life in general, you know, how to meditate, things like that is going to help open up other pathways for you. All right. And lastly, you have meditation. There are different forms of meditation, and learning and focus, this is another form of meditation. So by you just being in your creative zone, you know, 15 minutes a day, you know, figuring out, okay, what can I do to help elevate the overall energy, frequency, and vibration on the planet? You'll start to draw in different energies. Okay. But most importantly, write things down. Okay. So number 2, all right. Where am I at here? Okay. All right. It's the second thing you can do. You can incorporate new modes of interfacing. We've been talking about new modes, you know, different modes already, like numbers, your angel, the different animal signals that you get. I don't know if we talked about colors yet, noises, you know, things like that. And I'll expound in another presentation about different modes, how, you know, incorporating, you know, new modes into your interfacing with your own inner voice, your own energy, your spiritual team, so to speak. 3, and also 3 is the third strategy is creativity. A lot of people, as they, you know, once they graduate high school, it's like that childhood curiosity just disappear, and they get so serious because it's all about the money, right, and getting a house, car, and all this other stuff. But instead of, you know, learning more about your purpose, your mission, your life path, things of that nature, right? So What I'm saying, the third way is just tapping into that childlike creativity again, playing around, being curious. What does this do? Let me see what Chris talking about, and then working on your inner expression either through art, music, food, you name it, okay? But trust yourself. Two, the second takeaway is, you got to strengthen it's all about strengthening your bond at this time. So, you're not alone, okay? You have your own spiritual team. I'm laying it out for you clear as day, right? Okay, it's all you. All right. So after you establish this communication and awareness of your energies, right, you must work to build on this relationship with yourself to open more signs, messages, inspiration to bring that more creative joy into your life. Because once you know, like, man, I'm not by myself. I got different aspects of me that I can't see that's on a higher vibration that's really helping me out. And then what they're doing, they aligning people like Chris, with Food for Your Thoughts and other, leaders out there or inspirations, to help me line my vibration up. But I have to trust my own intuition, and make the right decision for myself. Yes, that's what it's all about. So as we move forward here, everything happens from the inside out, not from the outside in. Remember that. So patterns will become more clear with your eyes, not my eyes, with your eyes and other senses as you grow through your own personal transformation and atonement process, and your senses will increase as well. It's all inner, outer. So, but at the end of the day, it always been your divine helper. It hasn't been that outer, deity that they told you to worship and pray to. It's always been you. Inside out, right? So now you know. And as we close things out, guys, you are now faced with a choice. All right. So my spiritual team, my own energy say, hey, you got to stress these last two so people can really get the message. All right. So you're now faced with a choice. The universe within you is lining things up. Are you ready to lift people up and lift yourself up? Or are you ready to stay where you at? You don't want to grow. It's up to you. So at the end of the day, are you happy with your present relationship with with your guardian angel, your God within that, knowing that it's there and calling upon it at times of need? Is that relationship working for you? So if not, it's never too late to start over. All right. But again, they taught us to, worship things from the outside in, but it's time for you to reel things in, to listen to your own inner voice, your own energy, and really nurture that relationship with yourself. So lastly, as I close things out, my Mama Universe said, hey, it is your true will and nature to evolve. Everything has to grow. All right. If you don't grow, you got to get recycled. All right. Growth requires change. So it's time for you to invite your loving energies that's always been there ever since you laid foot, came out your mother's womb, that portal, right? Right. So it's time to invite your energies into your life. And, as we close things out, Hidden Society have preserved our ancient knowledge, our ancient inheritance, so we can have it today. So with that being said, guys, love yourself. Learn more about yourself, okay? Everything starts from the inside out, not from the outside in, okay? So be sure to click that like, subscribe button down below. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. This has been my takeaway when it comes to, excuse me, when it comes to expanding your relationship with your guardian angel, your real self, your true self, your own inner voice, your own energy, your spiritual team, right? So now when you know better, you're going to do better. Reflection. I love you. I care about you. And I don't want nobody to play you out there, all right? So, as always, we know Earth is a school. Our purpose and mission require to learn a whole bunch of life lessons, gain that experience and knowledge for our soul grow. And if you grow, you're going to share your knowledge and wisdom with people. You're going to point people to a reference so they can, gain a perspective for themselves instead of just blindly believing you. And now you become another pastor, or building a new church, man. Don't do that. Don't do that to people. So trust your own inner voice, your own energy, and it's time to get things popping. And usher in this new consciousness or the consciousness that always been there so we can help, just raise the frequency overall. All right, guys, this is Chris with Food for Your Thoughts. We'll be back continuing our presentation when it comes to these basic strategies so we can line ourselves up, basically with our higher self, aspects of ourselves, okay? So until next time, take care of yourself, love yourself, stay grateful and focused, fam. Peace.